Okay. Let's pull a card.
Yeah, I love that we've been starting with a card pull.
It feels right.
It
just
feels
feels
right.
on brand for me. And for you, actually. You pull cards on yourself all the time.
I love pulling cards on myself. I don't think that they're right, and I have a really hard time interpreting them, but you're teaching me.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
I'm trying.
Okay. She's my mentor.
Ooh, interesting theme of the day. So, the cards of the day, the cards in question. Oh, so we got 5 of Swords in reverse, Strength upright, the Devil in reverse. Ooh. So that's actually pretty heavy hitting, if I'm being honest with you, because 5 of Swords in reverse is about, like, a fair fight. Like, it's about literally, like, making amends, like, remorse, coming out of a tough situation on top, being, like, victorious and successful, but acknowledging the fact that whatever the fuck you just went through was, like, is a fight. Like, it was a battle.
Yeah.
Coming out stronger with the Strength card, too. The Strength card is like, oh, I fucking ran that shit. Like, I came, I saw, I conquered vibe. And then the Devil in reverse is about independence, detachment, recovery. So whatever it is that you have just gone through, it looks like you have learned to surrender, to give yourself the self-love and self-respect before giving to other people. And coming out of it, like, completely detached from, like, anxiety of the future, anxiety of perception, how people think of you, anxiety about whatever. So that's pretty smacking hard.
I feel like you're directing that energy towards me, and usually this is very collective, so...
I think what we're going through in these moments comes through the cards, and it also connects to the audience. I think it's both.
Right. It's definitely a like, when we do this card pull in the beginning, it's like a collective reading. It's a collective pull. But I don't know. I felt like you were just, like, spearing me. Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm looking at you is because we were literally just having a conversation about this episode, what it's going to be about.
Yeah.
And it feels like those cards. It feels a little like we're having this moment right now where we're understanding. Carly and I are so similar, but we have very different, I don't know, there are very different perceptions of us in reality. And Carly always says, and it's been said on this podcast, that people love me and they hate her. And
I'm the villain.
She is, very much so. And we were talking about a bunch of circumstances that have played out through the duration of our friendship where it's been evident that whomever we are around do not like her. They just don't. So as I'm looking at these cards, I'm like, the people that fucking hate you.
Yeah.
It feels shitty when you're in it, but it's just made you stronger. It's just made you.
It's so true. And it's funny because, like, we were talking about this. I was just watching a video with Alycia because I have been posting more on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And I get, like, a little insecure to post shit because I'm like, I know. It's almost like it's like, is this going to be rage bait? Like, why do I feel like this is going to piss people off? And I'm not intentionally trying to piss people off. Mm-hmm. It's just something about my essence of who I am. And, like, I just feel like it's, like, a natural thing. Like, I just naturally piss people off.
Yeah, I love you. So I don't get that. Like, I don't get naturally pissed off by you. But I'm very secure in who I am. And I think if you are around people who are not necessarily secure in who they are, that's what rocks the boat. Because you have an opinion and you're confident in yourself. And when you say your opinion, I think people are, like, slighted. They're like, well, but it's not even your opinion. This is the part that shocks me.
Well, this is what I mean, okay? It's like,
it's not into a room. You not even, dude.
It's an essence.
She walks by somebody. We were out the other night, and Carly was already a little bit in her. She was a little bit drinky. She was a little bit feeling it.
I don't drink that much. And, like, when I say I don't drink, like, that much, that often.
Yeah.
So, like, if I'm going to go out and have a good time, like, I'm going to have, like, a few drinks in me. You know what I mean? So, anyway.
So, we're out. She's probably, like, I think you were, like, 2.5 drinks in.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I think 3. 3 is where you were at.
3 margs.
And you wonder. And we're walking down the street, and literally, like, there's 3 of us girls walking. One of two of us had jackets on. Carly did not. And she's walking and she's laughing and we're having a great time. This girl walks by and she literally makes some snarky ass comment like, good thing you have a jacket. Carly said, oh yeah, thanks. Good idea, right? Or something like as if she was wearing a jacket. And I was like, she's a little too drunk to notice that girl literally threw a spear.
I knew it was a shot, but people fire shots at me all the time.
Yeah.
And I think I've just learned that the best way to deal with somebody just firing a shot, like a little arrow at you, is to come at it like it was funny.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, we're having like a joke here. Mm-hmm. And so this is something that I've learned over time, because it's like, I have always been that girl that like starts a job, like goes into a new group, a new setting, a new place, and people automatically are like, you.
Yeah.
I don't fucking like you. And my people-pleasing nature is to be like, oh, if somebody doesn't like me too, I'm like, well, now you've just made it my mission to make you realize that you're wrong and I'm great. And believe it or not, that works. A lot of times when people like have the wrong, like they misjudge me or they have the wrong perception of me, I'm like, I don't know why you feel this way, but I'm going to make you feel differently because I'm not that bad. I swear to God.
She's not. She's really not. I think that, but that's the thing is I think a secure person does not at all see, I mean, people get a lot, I don't know. I just feel like if you're secure in who you are and what your belief systems are, then your personality isn't going to
bother them, but it does. It bothers them.
And I think it takes just like a confident person to be around you in a loving way. Like if you're not confident, because you will call somebody out in the
that's a tough one for me.
most loving way. Like we've had conversations and you'll say something and I'll be like, it doesn't like slight me, but I'm like, yeah, she's right. Like, yeah, no, you'll be like, well, Alycia, and I'll be like, yep.
Clap back at it.
And then I'm like, let's get this shit. But that's where my self-awareness is like, she's right. I need to do this. Pivot. I need to think about it. There was one period where I was being like so pessimistic. I was having like a really hard time.
I remember this.
And you were like, you were like, what are you going to do? Like sit here and be like pessimistic about it?
I was like, knock it the fuck off. Okay.
Legit. And she was like, what are you going to do? Like sit here and be pessimistic about it? No, it's going to be fine. Get it together. And I was like, yep, that's what I needed. I was like, you're right. And I sat in my room and cried for a day. And then I was like, all right,
let's
optimism.
Get at it.
Like, here we go. So I think that's something in your closer relationships that you need to be like self-aware and understand that like you're gonna call people out and that's what it is. I'm like that too though. So for me it works, but I have seen other people around you who aren't as secure who like crumble with that bit of.
I think, and for the random people, so I was just having this conversation was like, I've been saying to myself a lot, like, and I think it's because I've been putting myself out there more than I ever have. Like, I think I've spent a lot of time, like, just trying to be, just, like, hide pieces of myself to be like, okay, like, people, I've always had this in the back of my head that, like, okay, like, people just kind of, like, don't like me when I'm, like, me. So I had always learned to be like, all right, just, like, kind of, like, hide pieces of yourself from certain people, act a certain way, do certain things. And lately I've been shedding that exterior of, like, I don't fucking care for, like, why would I be somebody else? And, like, that comes with, like, age, like we've talked about, like, that level of confidence. And I'm changing the narrative for myself, like, the words that I tell to myself of, like, not that people don't like me. People cannot like me. I don't want to focus on that. I want to focus on, like, I'm a polarizing type of person. There's gonna be people that don't like me, but then there's gonna be people that fucking love me. And so I want to focus more on that.
I love you.
That maybe I'm polarizing, and I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing. I think a big thing is your perception about it. You have choices in this life, and you could either let people's dislike towards you shelter you, and you could become this shell of a person who people pleases and has all of these people who use you. And I've had that scenario play out too. Or you can be like, fuck that. I am who I am. And some people are going to hate it. And that's okay, because you're not... there's this, like, stupid saying, and it's, like, not you don't like everyone.
Yeah.
So why would everyone like you?
Right.
Period.
I love that. And I heard another one that similar, like on the same wavelength of, why are you so worried about what people think of you? You should be worried more of what you think of of what you think of people.
Yeah.
So it's like, more like, I'm not worried if Joe Schmo down the street likes me. Like, you have to decide for yourself, like, do I like that person enough to care if they like me?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, if I don't really like that, a lot of these people that we're worrying about their judgments, it's like, do we even like those people? No. Like, do we respect them? Do we look up to them?
No. No. The answer is no.
No.
Bitch, I don't know you.
Bitch, I don't know you. But you know what's funny? What gets, and this is one thing that, like, for some reason doesn't, like, other people aren't bothered by you as much as me, but we both have it. It's the vocal fry. The hand gestures, the vocal fucking fry. I'm like, you know what? Leave my fucking vocal fry alone, okay, Callie?
Been attacked. You've been attacked.
Many times.
So many times. And it's crazy because it was, when I started hanging out with you a lot more, people would say to me, you and Carly sound the same.
The same, yeah.
The same. And obviously I don't hear myself talk, so it's hard for me to, like, whatever. One day I was in the shower, I'm washing my hair, and I'm listening to our podcast, How Vain. And I was like, who said that? And I had to look at the screen. I was like, oh, that was Carly. That wasn't me. And I was like, holy shit, we sound the exact same. But you get attacked. I've never been attacked.
I haven't gotten attacked on this podcast, which is great.
That's good. Thank you for that.
Thank you for not attacking me on my own, in my own place of peace. We do sound the same. I have gotten attacked for my vocal fry multiple times. Like, which is part of the reason why I think when I'm out and about, especially if I've, like, had a couple of drinks, the vocal fry is strong. And that's when I think people, like, hear my voice and they're just, there's something in the vocal fry, it triggers them, because that's when they're making fun of what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. They do. I've seen it. I've heard it. You also I am too. So this is about both of us. When you talk sometimes, like, you will be like, wait, what? And it will be so loud. I've been attacked for the tone of my voice. They're like, holy high pitched. Like,
fry.
Holy
it's
shit. But it hasn't been for years. Like, years and years. You are getting attacked current. Like,
current day.
You were on that, what was that?
Oh, I was on Married at First Sight, and I don't know if we've talked about this on here.
Wedding.
I was a bridesmaid.
I was
a bridesmaid on Married at First Sight, and the person that I was on with is a very polarizing type of person as well. She's somebody that is immediately not liked in a lot of circles. Mm-hmm. We won't get too deep into that right now, but she's like,
also a client. She was a client of mine.
So we have a mutual connection there, which is funny. But she's, like, very, like, not well liked. So people are on Reddit attacking her in the comment sections, and by proximity, they're attacking me and the other girl that is a bridesmaid. So they're attacking, like, the three of us. And the comment that just came up again and again and again and again is like, the vocal fry on these girls is insane.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just belong in California. Like, fuck off.
See, but I remember, so side note, just to paint a little picture here. I don't know if we've ever talked about this Married at First Sight scenario, but I had a client who came to me, and I was pretty point blank pretty early on. I was like, there's an opportunity. It's taking off in July. You should take it. I feel like it's going to be good. Yeah. I described this whole scenario, not knowing what the hell this opportunity was. I just was like, this is going to be good for you. She's like, okay, I'm excited. Come to find out, it was the Married at First Sight taping or scenario started in July. So I identified this soulmate of a person, and I was specific as to what type of tattoo they had, what type of blank. Like, I was like, this is the person, whatever. She goes on the show. I'm going about my business. I, like, didn't hear from her between. All of a sudden, I'm getting blown up. Texts, phone calls, whatever. She's on the phone with me crying. Oh my God, Alycia, this guy. But she annihilates this guy that she was supposed to get married to. Annihilated him. I'm like, it's gonna be fine. Relax. Meanwhile, this is all being filmed. And I'm like, it's gonna be fine. And I don't know if it was that day. This is like years ago at this point, but it came to my awareness that the guy she was supposed to be marrying was like not the guy, obviously, that I was picking up on, but there was a guy present who fit the description of the guy that I said was her soulmate. Like,
I wish you could have seen him, because I was like, I knew from the description that Alycia gave this bride what he looked like, what he was like, essentially, and the tattoo, which was a big giveaway. And it was so funny because I was at the wedding and we're talking to the groomsmen and this guy's talking and I'm like, this is the fucking guy. He's the biggest asshole I've ever met in my life. It's him. And so I point blank ask him, I go, do you have a eagle tattoo?
It's something like that, yeah.
Do you have an eagle tattoo? And he goes, he's like all weirded out. He's like, yeah. Like, why? And I was like, oh my God, shut the fuck up. And I'm like freaking out because I'm like, this is the guy. However, that story got so twisted on TV, partially because of me. Did you know that?
I didn't watch. I refused.
Oh my God, I literally, like, that situation blew up on TV because I was an idiot. And I mentioned and I, like, was mentioning the tattoo and the psychic thing and, like, everything to his groomsmen. And it literally became, like, this whole thing. And then Alycia got the fucking backlash from that. She literally got all this fallout.
They were making memes. They were making memes.
Yeah.
Do you trust a psychic to pick your soulmate or your husband?
Crazy.
And I was sitting back thinking to myself, holy shit, nobody's, like, now I'm a joke. Now it's like a TLC fucking joke that this psychic told her to go do this and the wrong guy with the wrong tattoo. I'm like, fucking A. And I got annihilated.
You did.
I literally couldn't even watch. And then I'm, like, sitting there. I did watch the reunion or recap that you and our friend was on together. And I was, like, cracking the fuck up because you also got annihilated on that, like, not during the filming of the recap, but, like, in the comments, like, people were, like, talking about you and I'm not going to mention our mutual friend, and they were like, the voice and the this and the that.
I don't know what was the reunion.
It was you two literally sitting next to each other talking. It wasn't like a reunion.
Oh, it was the wedding.
Was it?
It had to have been the wedding.
I don't know what it was, but I watched a part of it and I was fucking dying because people were attacking you. So we both got annihilated in that one foul swoop.
In that one foul swoop, me and Alycia were like, if we're ever on TV again, we have to like save some face here. Seriously. There is no face to save with me. I swear to there is never. It's not. Just hate me because I'm not I can't save myself. Somebody throw me the life raft.
No, but I was like, there are certain things that I don't understand why you would ever attack another person for, like your voice or the way that you talk. I'm like, I'm not attacking you for something you were like fucking born with. Shut the fuck up. Like I will never. Here's the thing. This is Alicia's Gemini. Yeah. I will never attack another person like that. I will never annihilate
Maybe a man.
Here's my, not even men. I will sit there and I will put another person on this pedestal.
Yeah.
What you could have gone to jail. We've talked about this. I'm a notorious red flag ignorer. It's to a fault. However, so I won't go for your body, your voice, your personality, your history. The second you then slight me, I'm sorry. All bets are off. And not right away. I give people a lot of chances. But what I've seen in my life is people like poke and poke and poke. And then I'm like, I will annihilate you. But attacking you on, like, TV for, like, your voice or, like, people...
I don't get that. I really don't. There's things that I obviously see as I'm, like, scrolling or watching or doing whatever that I'm like, oh, I disagree with that take.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I, have opinions about things that you're saying. But I'm never going... You will never catch me in somebody's comments on somebody's videos.
Nope.
Stitching someone to my video and being like...
Fuck this person or...
Making fun of them. I'm not I do not have mean girl energy.
No, you
I'll
don't.
tell you, like, what's up, like, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to be the bitch talking about you behind your back.
Never.
You'll literally not catch me. I'll tell you to your face.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be talking about you behind your back.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be, like, spiting you in my comments. I'm not going to be, like, fucking subtweeting you.
Or, like, I fucking hate... I hate more than anything when somebody does, like, a little repost of a video or caption on a photo that's, like, throwing it. Who are you? I'm like, you're a fucking loser. You have no balls. Say it to my fucking face. And the thing is that they won't because they're intimidated by you. Because here's the thing. That's what I'm saying. The second you dig up on me, I'm going to dig up on you.
Right,
and so if you want
the second you step to me.
If you want to go toe to toe, I'm down. Let's do it. I've been that way my entire life. Because here's the thing about me. I keep receipts. I do not delete them. They're always stored in the back of my head. I can bring up a date, a time, and an occasion like no other. I won't throw it at your face in the moment, but, like, if you then come at me and you make this, like, shitty little online thing, or you talk, like, people shit on me for the TikToks I post all the time. I hear it from, like, girls I went to high school with. Alicia's posting. Like, I could never.
Crazy. Don't then.
Fucking don't.
Yeah, fucking don't.
I have 50,000 followers. How many do you have?
Yeah.
Suck my dick. That's how I feel. So the second I step, like, I'm like, you want to get in the ring?
Yeah.
Know that my gloves are on. You're not blindsiding me.
On,
They've never come off. They're taped in. I'm locked. I'm locked in. So when somebody does that, like, little subliminal, like, weird, petty,
passive aggressive,
I'm like, and I've seen it, and I clock it. I pay attention. The bitches who watch our toxic behavior podcast or, like, watch our little toxic behavior, like, TikToks, but don't like it. I'm like, I see the views. I see them. You fucking idiot. Like, so, and that's the part where it ties into that you're insecure. It's not, and I am open to, if somebody listened to my podcast and was like, I don't like it, I'd be like,
tell me why. Tell me why.
To each their
own. And I'm not, like, saying that aggressively, but, like, tell me what is it that you don't like about it.
Yeah.
And because maybe it's not for you, or maybe it's like I like criticism.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I do. I take criticism pretty well, which is like why, again, like, if somebody is gonna say something to me, like, things don't really. Most things will roll off my back. I'll like think about it, and I'll be like, was that? They're saying to Alycia before we got on, I'm like, somebody commented on one of my posts, and I can't tell if they were being mean or if they were being funny. And Alicia's like,
that was mean.
That was mean. That was them being mean, and I'm like, really? Because I thought it was kind of funny.
That's where, though, you're a confident person. That's what I'm saying. Like, there have been times where I have thought, and I can reflect on this myself 100%. I'm so authentic and, like, honest when it comes to the way I perceive things. I've had comments show up, and I'm like,
oh, some people are mean.
I'm like, wow. And it slights me.
Some people are fucking
They're
mean.
Ruthless.
Here's the thing. I have like under 800 followers. If you're coming into my TikTok and being mean, I'm just like, for what? It's not like I have thousands of comments.
But the thing about you, is what I'm saying, is that you are confident enough to look at it and, like, laugh it off. There have been times in my life when I couldn't. Like,
if it's really mean,
like,
and
I'm
direct.
like one time I've been so insecure about, like, severe body dysmorphia for the past, like, 2 years. I've been having a really fucking hard time. And one time I posted a video and somebody commented, like really pretty for a bigger girl, and I was like,
oh, that would
I like cried. I was like, I need to know.
Why add that at the end?
Like why? And the thing is like, I'm genuinely not somebody who cares about like what I weigh. I have body dysmorphia in other ways. I don't own a scale. I don't step on one. I don't check. I think it's because I've been in bad situations. But like the fact that you got in there, that like I was like, oh, what? First of all, I was destroyed. I was like, now I'm fat. I'm overweight.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
And then I was mean, and then I clicked the profile and I said said something sweet back in the comments. It was like, sounds good.
See, I'm more too like I'm not. I could rip somebody apart. I could do it.
Do you remember the conversation we had in the car the other day?
No. No, I don't.
Keep going here. Sorry.
Are you going to bring it up?
I was just going to say, I said to you in the car that I choose not to destroy people.
Yeah.
When I can.
Right.
And I think I said something along the lines of like, if I want to, I could destroy this person's mental health. And I choose not to. Yeah, and I was being ruthless. I was being crazy. So like, I have it in me.
Wait, can we talk about that for a minute?
I was boiling at this point.
Alycia can rip someone's mental health apart. Like, it's true. She could be absolutely... But here's the thing. Especially a man's.
There is nothing like destroying a man to me.
So, Alicia's going in on this guy when we're in the car. Going fucking in. And she's, like, just ripping him apart to me. And deserving. It was deserving.
Yeah.
And,
wait, I got pushed to this point, mind you.
She did. That's why we say it was deserving. We get to the restaurant, and she gets a text.
No.
From the person that she was just prior ripping apart in the car. And she was like, I butt dialed them.
I literally was white. My whole face went white. Carly looks at me, she goes, what? I'm with other girls. She goes, what's wrong? I'm like,
She couldn't even say what was wrong. I'm like, tell me, talk about it, words. And she's like, I butt dialed them, and I was ripping them apart, and I don't know if they heard it or not, because it was like, what time did we leave the house? What time were we in the car? I was like, breathe. I was like, we left, we figured out that it was not at the exact same time that she was ripping him apart in the car, but it was really close.
It was so close. It was so scary that I was like, because here's the thing, I don't want to do that. I don't want to ruin someone's mental health. I said it. I was like, I could if I want to, but I don't want to. I don't, because what happens to me is if you push me too far, that's what I said. I want to keep it cool. I'm Libra, baby. I'm justice. I'm truth. I'm easy peasy. Like, let's just air it out. I'm triple air in my zodiac. I don't want conflict. I don't. I'll people please my way out of a situation. I will. Yeah. This day in particular, I had been pushed.
Yeah, you were
all day, and sure. I was like, I'm gonna freak. And then when I thought that he heard it, I was like, I did in fact annihilate his character.
You did in fact annihilate his
character. To the point where one of the other girls we were with was like in the car laughing, thinking about, like, I remember looking at her and she was like, oh my God, because I was just like, this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong, and this is wrong. And Carly's doing the same thing. She's like, yeah. I was like, oh my fucking God. We missed it by like 5 minutes.
Oh yeah. No, it was a little more. It was like by like 20 minutes though.
It was
maybe less than 20 minutes. I think it was a tight window. It was a tight window.
It's scary.
But that gave me another thought, and then I just literally lost it as fast as I got it. It was
annihilating a man's character, run it back.
Annihilating a man's character.
It was before that. The fact that we can go toe to toe with somebody and ruin somebody's mental health.
No, it was more on what we were just saying. Okay, it'll come back to me. No, it won't. It will.
In 3 days.
No. It was along the lines of annihilating somebody's character.
When have you annihilated somebody's character?
when have I annihilated somebody's character?
Yeah. Let's give us a
That's
time.
it. Actually, that's a good. That's a good question.
We've all done it.
We have all done it.
And we've all been annihilated.
I will say, there was a time I'm not a grudge holder, right? I get heated about things. Mm-hmm. Like, I feel my blood boil inside me. I get so angry in the moment, so, like, 0 to 100. Mm-hmm. Once I'm over that, though, I move on. So if I'm going to annihilate somebody's character, I'm going to do it the moment that it needs to be annihilated. Like, I'm not going to hold back. Mm-hmm. You piss me off, mm-hmm. we're beefing in the moment. Like, we're fighting. And I remember this one time in high school. Listen, I was not well liked in high school. Well, what was that?
Your earring? I don't know where it went.
It was my ring.
I got it.
Dang.
Will you marry me?
Will you put it on my finger for me?
No.
Okay. I was, not that I wasn't well, like, I don't know. High school is high school. We don't have to go deep into who liked me, who didn't. A lot of girls didn't like me because of their boyfriends. Whoops. But this guy, so I was in cosmetology. Everybody didn't like the cosmetology girls to begin with. So I was in cosmetology, and I had this other girl who was in cosmetology with me. She had a boyfriend freshman year. And then sophomore year, I started kind of like secretly seeing him. They broke up. And so I was like secretly seeing him sophomore year. Because I didn't want this girl to know. Because she had been dating him. Not that we were like friends.
Yeah.
But I was like, I just don't want to stir the pot, you know? Like, we weren't close. We were not tight.
Yeah.
Like, so there really should not have been anything wrong with me, like, seeing this guy.
Yeah.
But I knew that she still liked him, and I just didn't want to, like, rock the boat. She also faked a pregnancy with him, so I really didn't want to, like, start more drama. And so she, like, faked a pregnancy with this dude, and then I was, like, talking to him when that, like, fake pregnancy was, like, happening, and I was like, oh, my God, like, this girl's saying, like, she's pregnant with your child. And he's like, that's not true. And there was, like, other signs that, like, a lot of people thought that it wasn't true.
Yeah.
So, do we know for sure? It's neither here nor there. She didn't like me when she found out that I was talking to her ex.
Yeah.
So she started a rumor about me. And that pissed me off. She started a rumor that there was, like, a sex tape going around of me and this dude. And I was like, first of all, that's just not true. Like, I know for facts that that's not true. And I asked him, because I was like, first of all, if you're a guy, I don't think you're going to spread around your own sex tape. But, like, maybe I'm wrong.
It's happened.
I'm sure it has. I don't know. But this guy, I've always talked to very, like, introverted guys. Yeah. Always been my type.
Yeah.
He was more of an introvert.
Yeah.
Not something an introverted guy really does. But neither here nor there. She started this rumor about me. I found out. And I'm not one to be, like, getting word back through the grapevine.
You just went right
I just was like, oh. So, you want to talk to me for a minute? Because I heard you started this rumor about me. At this point, though, this is where I sound a little fucked up. She was really pregnant now. So, we're 16, in my defense, and I am berating this poor pregnant girl.
Can I just, one question, was her pregnancy by the guy you were dating?
No.
Great. Okay.
Different guy. She literally got knocked up for real by a different guy.
Okay. Got it.
And, but she like, and I wasn't going to fight her. I'm not going to fight a pregnant girl. That's like, draws the line.
Right.
But I'm not going to, like, you're starting a rumor about me in school that, like, is circulating.
Yeah.
I'm not going to not say something.
Right.
So I did step to her at that point, and and she was like, I think she was like denying that she ever started.
Well, it's the coward vibe. That's what I'm saying. These people who lack confidence, they sit behind a fucking screen, or they, like back in the day, you know, they plant these little seeds, watch it spread, and then they watch the demise of like us or whomever, and they like sit there as if nothing happened. And I'm like, I'm the opposite. If I see you post a video, I am so ride or die. That video could suck ass, and I'm going to be like, slay. I will tell you, hey, you know what, you should do better, or something. Like, that will be a conversation as well. But you will never catch me, even girls I don't know.
Oh, yeah, no.
I'm like, get the makeup, girl. Do it. Slay. Get it. I comment on people's shit all the time, gassing them up. To the point, actually, one of my guy friends called me one day, and he was like, I need to ask you, like, a really fucking weird question. Yeah. And I was like, okay. He's like, are you into girls? And I was like,
yes.
I am. I was like, what? Like, so left field. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, you comment on these girls' posts.
Like, you love them.
Like, you're literally between their legs on the weekend. And I'm like, no. Like, I comment on I'll be like, so fucking hot. Yeah. Like, oh my God, like, goddess of the sun. I'll say, like, whatever. And he's like, it's coming off, like, a little... And I'm like, maybe you're just insecure that I'm stealing your girlfriend. Like, maybe that's it. Maybe it's not, whatever. So my point being is these fucking crazy girls, or crazy guys, too, like, who do this, like, weird fucking shitting on people for their voice, or their looks, or their makeup routine, or their fucking getting into their house, or whatever.
Whatever that was. I also, one thing I would like to note, because I think this is important too, is that I will defamate your character privately and not publicly.
True, same.
You know, same. I don't need everybody to know that you, like, I don't need to rip you to shreds in public. No. And so when I pulled this girl aside, I pulled her aside. Like, I didn't do it in front of a whole room of people.
Right.
You defamated my character publicly.
Yeah. See, I would never do that either.
I did it privately. Yeah. So I think there's an important distinction there, because it's like, you can say what you need to say without embarrassing somebody.
Also, just a note that needs to be remembered. Same thing goes with social media. Like, I would never... That shit, I don't care how quickly it is deleted. These snarky, mean girl posts that you post, that comment, it will never go away. Yeah. So don't ever bring your shit to social media. I don't care if you're right nor wrong. Don't do it. It's wrong. I have never, I can honestly say, never gotten into some petty rage war over social media ever, and I never will, even if I fucking despise you. Yeah. Like, it won't happen.
No, keep your shit private.
Keep it locked. Because it doesn't even matter. Like, it's just not a look. It's just not a vibe. Like, you look like shit. It's just not a vibe.
However, I will make you feel so good publicly.
Publicly,
you'll think we're lesbians.
Great.
Because you're like that. I want everybody in the room to know, like, I love you, or not even if I love you. We were also out that same night. This is the difference between me and the bitches that walk by me. I saw one person across the bar as we're leaving. Okay, so I'm like, I'm ready to go home. We gotta go. I'm drunk, and I'm like, before I go though, I need to go over to that person and tell them how cute they are.
Well, see, that's the thing too. So I love a hype me girl. Yeah. Like, I love that. So I was walking down You're probably gonna have to cut this. I was walking down the street trying to find a restaurant by myself for 20 minutes, and I was going back and forth and back and down and whatever. And I am in these leather knee-high boots. I'm in a mini skirt. I'm in a corset. I'm in a fucking race jacket. I felt I looked good, but I am walking down the Boston cobblestone, which is great. It's so fun in heels. So fun. And Carly is driving around. She's like, somebody needs to get out and go to the restaurant. Meanwhile, where the fuck am I? I'm GBSing, whatever. I had 3 different groups of girls walk by me and say, holy shit, your outfit looks great. And I was like,
so
do you know what that does for me? I'm like, you look great. You look great. So we love a hype me girl.
We love a hype me girl.
I'm about it.
I'm about it. Maybe I need to hype people more. Maybe I need
You're
to
really good at it, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
to kick it up, like, more.
No, because then you're like a pick-me girl. Do you see how far we're going here?
We can go really quickly from hype me to pick me.
Real quick. There is a fine line you walk. You can tell that girl that you like her outfit, but if you say
to 10 more people,
I like your. It's like when a
it's
guy.
Not sincere.
It's like when a guy tells like 10 girls he loves them.
Yeah.
Like the same weekend. He's like, I love you. You're like, fuck off.
Back when Instagram messages first came out, and people didn't realize that they couldn't just like mass send a message, but it would actually create like a group.
Yes. Yes, and the guys are like so hot.
Guys are like so hot, love you. And it's like going to like 10 girls and I'm like, oh fuck. And you couldn't unsend at that time.
Oh my god, I forgot about the days when you couldn't unsend a message. That was a
Holy shit. That was the Wild West. Why? Wow. Why was that not introduced first? Especially when Snapchat was like, we knew that we could like time things. We knew that we could have something only exist for a period.
What a calculated, that's crazy. The calculation behind like Snapchat icks me. I even had a Snapchat. I have a Snapchat.
Snapchat came out for nudes. The reason Snapchat was invented was for nudes, specifically for me. Just kidding.
No, she's not. So crazy. Remember the anxiety you would get after you send a nude and a screenshot was taken? I don't know if that ever happened to you, but that happened to me, and I was like, that was pre-boot.
At least you knew, though.
Yeah,
you knew.
That's true.
That a screenshot was taken. I was like, yeah. But it was those were like the crazy days, like, because the iPhone was just coming up at that time. Like, it was like pretty new, which makes us sound so old. But the iPhone was new.
Brand new.
At the time. Yeah. No, I mean, the iPhone, like, I didn't have an iPhone at all in high school. And then I had an iPod. That's where I did Snapchat, so I'd like carry that around and connect to Wi-Fi and send out my.
Oh my god!
I know, crazy.
The links. Do you know what I also thought about? This is a thought while I was peeing this morning. My first pee of the morning. I think what's so weird is how over the past like 6-ish, 7 years, we are creating extreme nostalgia in society by doing things like the Polaroid camera came back.
Yeah.
And everyone was taking Polaroids. And then the digital cameras came back. And now everyone's carrying a digital camera again. And I was saying to Trent, my 12-year-old, I was like, you know, back in the day when I was in middle school, if I went anywhere, I had my flip phone and I had my digital camera.
Oh, 100%.
Like both.
Yeah.
And I thought when we got phones that could take pictures, like legit pictures, I was like, fuck this digital camera. And we went out the other night, and what did you have in your motherfucking purse? That digital camera. And meanwhile, we're like using our iPhones, and I was just like, this is like this nostalgic weird door we're like, I feel like we're in like a parallel universe of where we were when we were in middle school and high school, because this whole like
it's crazy. And I was always the girl. Like, in the friend group, I feel like there was like one or two that had the camera, and then the rest were just like, we'll be part of the picture.
Yeah.
I was always
Me too.
I had the digital camera.
Me too. Yeah. I had a little blue one. It was so cute, and you would like, you could actually do like filters on the digital camera, and you could bring it underwater. That's cool. Was a phase. The underwater camera. I brought that shit to the beach. I brought it to the pool. Pretty sure I broke it, and I was like, I thought you could go underwater. But yeah, no, it was like an insane time. So it's weird. I just like had that thought that we're like back in the digital camera days.
Yeah.
So weird.
That is crazy.
And that's also, to come full circle, we were in the bar and you were holding up your camera and we're singing, which everyone does, like people do it, but we were like, you and I were getting kind of hype me over our podcast, And we were like singing and dancing, and we're like, the podcast. And in one of my videos or one of yours, this guy is glaring at us, and I'm like, this might be why people hate us.
Could be the reason.
Because we walk around screaming with cameras.
I think that's part of, for me at least, because I'm like, I'm almost like oblivious. To the world around me.
You also put your leg up in that.
I put my leg like, well, and it's not oblivious. It's like I don't care if I look crazy.
And you don't pay attention to what other people look. Like,
I never pay attention to other people, like where they're looking, if they're looking at us.
She gets her leg. She puts it like literally up over her head, leaning on this beam. At another point, she's grabbing everybody's boobs. She literally had her hands like in my shirt, and this guy's like, excuse me, and like walks through us, and I was like, this might be why. This might be. He's like, literally.
And I don't care about the people around, like the onlookers or whatever, but what I should be more considerate of is like the people. Not everybody in my group is always gonna be like wants to be the center of attention. I was doing like a snap with my mom, like a video with my mom, and she was like she was getting really like antsy, and I'm like, what is wrong? We're taking a picture in public, like why we're taking a video. And she's like, but we're like in public, like there's people onlooking, there's people looking around. And I'm like, just who cares if there's people looking at us while we're trying to take like a cute video? Like,
some people get weird,
but some people do get weird, and I should be more cognizant of that. But at the same time, I feel like it's a positive trait to be like the friend that's like, don't care what other people think.
Yeah,
you know.
I agree. Well, that's like us when we go. I feel like when you and I are out anywhere, there's zero fucks given about what is. We're like, I'm like, yeah, put your leg over your head. You're like, no problem. I'm like, yeah, grab my boobs.
Do you dare me?
She's like, should I? We're in like in all situations, but that's like us though. Like, and I'm no hate to people who aren't like that, but I think being more respectful of like accepting people as they are and not shitting on them for it is a big part of it. Like, I would never shit on somebody for being introverted. You know what I mean? Right. So like, why shit on me for being an extrovert?
Right.
Keep your mouth. Watch your mouth.
Watch your mouth. So watch your mouth.
On that
note, everybody should be nicer, especially to
pretty girls.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Girls with tummy issues.
So gross. Oh man, I don't really feel like we went off the deep end.
I don't either. I feel like floating.
We stayed in the pool.
Maybe it's because we filmed during the daytime.
Yeah.
At nighttime, we're a little more
crazy. I don't know. Maybe we'll watch this back and I'll be like, we're crazy. Off the deep
we were definitely. I think our perception of us always is that we're not that bad, but anybody onlooking thinks we are in fact that bad. So take it with a grain of salt. Bye. Bye.